Welcome back to Two Homers and a Realist. We are here in preseason number 3 episode. And
live from the Sahara Desert.
the Sahara.
104, I just checked.
Is it still? I got 102.
Well, it went to 102 since we said all this up.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
so it's declining at 2 degrees
minutes ago.
for 15 minutes. It won't keep it at that pace. Last night it leveled out like at 95. I was going out to smoke a cigar and it was like 10 o'clock and it was still 95.
Yeah.
It's killer. Well, regardless, I'm Steve.
Jay,
Lucas,
Nolan.
Setting in for Connor in the hot seat is Nolan. He's going to actually make some contributions tonight. We always like contributions. It's good to have somebody that's going to show up and be a part of this thing. That's nice to see. Well, we've got a lot going on. I mean, the Sooners are over there practicing, getting ready. The hype machine is going. But this past Saturday, we got a little bit of a scare. So let's start with that, the Michaela injury and any others that you guys know about. What's going on?
That's only
Michaela,
one.
who's she? Oh, you mean Michaela.
Michaela, whatever.
I was like, Michaela, I don't know her.
Supposedly got rolled up on in a play, carted off the field, which is always very worrisome. They've said they don't believe it's a season-ending injury, but what does that mean?
Right.
Does that mean 9 games, 6 games,
Yeah.
1 game?
We've seen non-season ending injuries that either were season ending or they never came back, or they were like 9 games, which that's.
And I think gosh, I might be wrong on his first name. Maybe it's Caleb Nita, but
I know it's Nita.
it's
yeah,
Nita.
Nita.
He's been the replacement.
From Western Kentucky, I think.
He played center.
Something like that.
He played center for them. Apparently, he did really, really well when they played LSU, and that was one of the reasons we went ahead and went after him. Was like, we think this guy can hold his own. So there's
And we knew Michaela wouldn't make it through the season because he hasn't yet.
right. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We can't get lucky enough to have our 5 set in stone to start a season,
No.
but
For a decade.
knock on wood, we've got 4, and that's better than where we usually are. So.
And not to be like a complete optimist on it, but if it's only a couple of weeks, you get him back, things are going good. You do get some other guys in the rotation. They're going to get more snaps in practice. That's not bad.
I would say, not making it for the Michigan game is detrimental.
Sure.
Definitely not getting back for Georgia, Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah. At that point, you've got
I
to
don't even
figure out
know-
what you're going to do alternatively.
you almost don't even know if
It's gone
he
in a
comes
different
back.
direction. Right.
I mean, if you've got another guy that's doing well enough,
exactly. The continuity starting to
mean,
build.
right?
There's a big difference between practice and games, and you've had that real world game experience in the season. That could be disruptive and tough. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. It's so far that's basically it. Blaylock had a hamstring tweak.
Yeah, I think it's put him
Fasusi
behind the 8 ball.
is just nothing's
No, Fasusi's being held out just
yeah.
as precaution.
So
We're
there's
not.
nothing that's just. It's not like in past seasons where you had one after
I
another.
still think. I mean, we have one more full pad scrimmage for sure, and then we'll get ready for
game
week.
So knock on wood. Do I have any cardboards? Yeah, hopefully they stay healthy. But we've got more depth than we've probably had in definitely any time in the Venables era. And
Yeah.
both sides of the ball, probably any time, maybe except 2017. I don't know. So that helps. We can't get too devastated by one piece of news that comes out. Everyone's just like, season's over. Injuries happen.
No, I mean, a left guard is better than your center or your left tackle. I mean, there is a pecking order of who you would lose if you were like, hey, you're going to lose the offensive
Right.
lineman.
Pick
Who you're
them.
going to lose.
Yeah,
But,
right.
um,
Well, thinking back to the running backs, I want to know who will be OU's starting running back game 1, and we're going to answer all these. Will it be a pure 2-man or 3-man rotation? And I don't mean just in game 1, but are we going to see that through the season? And who will be OU's leading rusher at the end of the day? And will it be multiple people that are sort of vying for that spot?
I think it's Robinson as the starter. He came back. He didn't play. He didn't practice the first week or so, maybe. But he's been back this week. He's your senior guy there as a sophomore. Is that what it is now? No, I mean,
Yeah,
junior.
Junior. Yeah.
I mean junior. He's got to be a junior by now. Um, he's your most senior guy back there.
Besides Avant, the transfer.
Yeah, Avant's a transfer. I think Avant's probably your number two, and Hatton's your big play guy. But they may not trust for the pass blocking. Sounds like Avant is good at everything.
Yeah.
Maybe not great at explosive plays, but he's good at everything. So Hatton's your great explosive guy. So maybe he's in there when you're when you're not an obvious passing down, and he needs a pass block, and you're looking for somebody to bust it open. But it's I don't know. Is Blaylock coming back? I mean,
Sure, you just don't know.
he had a shoulder last year, and he played through it, but wasn't effective.
And sort of had to
season.
I think he's a really good player.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like he is, but I mean, we really haven't seen we haven't seen a running back gain 20 plus yards in a run in 5 years. It feels like.
But last year, in multiple games, he was our best running back.
But he still never broke it.
No, he never broke it, but our run game was awful.
Seems like I think Robinson could
Maybe
break
Robinson
it,
broke one.
and it sounds like Hatton can definitely break it.
Yeah,
Hatton
is that.
But I don't think lack of breaking it with speed or running back as much as it was just a run game that was awful.
Yeah. Well, your future at the tight end position last year.
Yeah.
On blocking.
You're not getting to the second level.
No.
And if you are, that guy's not
It's
making
like
a
you're
block.
happy if you get 6 yards.
Yeah. And you don't have enough at bat. You're just not
Yeah.
having enough opportunity.
It sounds like Hatton is the best athlete at running back we've had since like probably Mixon,
They're talking him up.
because he was
But he weighs 235 pounds.
what was the tweet today? Yeah, he was the only player
21.74 miles an hour or something like that.
that weighs over 230 pounds or something
Yeah.
all of college football last year.
Well, my reply to that tweet was a picture of Marcus Dupree. That's who that sounds like Marcus Dupree.
And last week Taney has some kind of a quote, because I asked him about something about who's standing out or whatever, and he said that Hatton's one of, if not the fastest player on the team.
Right.
And you're talking to probably the fastest player on the team.
Mhm.
And it sounded
He
like,
weighs 50 pounds less.
right. And it sounds
30
like
pounds at
the
least.
way he said it,
Yeah.
he has lost a race or two.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, that's, again, it's not everything. You gotta read the hole. You gotta read the cutback lanes. You gotta know how to block, like Lucas said. Can't run the run route out of the backfield. There's numerous things.
So do you think Robinson gets the start?
Yeah, I think Robinson gets to start.
Who do you think prevails throughout the season?
I think it'll be Robinson and Hatton will be 1-2 at the end of the season.
And does
And Blaylock falls by the
McCullough
way.
has a history of that, right? He likes a 1-2 punch.
He had a 1-2 punch in Notre Dame
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. I think Avant plays a lot based on
I think he plays a lot early.
is Xavier doing all the things that we're talking about? Because week 2 is at Michigan.
Yeah.
And if he's wishy-washy week 1 on assignments and things, I think Avant plays a lot against Michigan. Because he might not get you 12, but if he gets you 5 and he picks up blockers and
It
everything
doesn't
else,
make
then you just
mistakes.
go with it.
Yeah.
Well, and I give them a lot of room to make that decision as coaches. But I will say now it is a different regime. The Marco's not here anymore. But their history is that they don't play deep into that lineup, and the young guys don't get a lot of carries. That whatever that trust factor was, and it carried over obviously through multiple offensive coordinators, but one consistent running back coach. I don't know if that's a Brent Venables thing. I don't know if that's DeMarco Murray, if it's a combination.
Well, Blaylock was a true freshman last year, and he played over Tatum.
Yeah, but he played.
Once Tatum came back and Ott was healthy and didn't play, so obviously last year they thought Blaylock.
No,
as a freshman
last year was really weird. Like Barnes doesn't play, and then they do, and all that.
Yeah.
But
Blaylock's interesting
the
because
history of the guy was
he
they
did-
pull the guy.
he did have good runs last year, and playing as an undersized true freshman, and he played tough. I mean,
Mhm.
we needed
Oh, he
him.
hit hard. Yeah.
Game 1, he hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm going to keep toting the rock. I know you guys
Yeah.
need somebody to do it.
Yeah.
So you can't just throw him to the wayside. But if he has a nagging hamstring thing, and it's just one of those deals where, unfortunately, if you're not available, you can completely get passed up.
Sure.
especially when you bring in someone as talented as both running backs we brought in this last year.
Yeah, yeah. So I would expect that I'd be very surprised if we have 1,000 yard rusher, especially if it's like a 1,500 yard rusher. It's going to be more,
No way, we have a
but
1,500.
but I could see us having two 800 yard rushers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we get 1,000-yard rusher either.
And another 400 yard rusher, and it adds to the same total, but it's not in one guy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want to undersell Avant. I'm sure he's an excellent athlete and player. I just don't think he has that burst
Right,
to take it 70.
right.
But he can definitely get you 20, 25, 40 yards. I mean, he can
Mhm.
run the football.
Well, who was the kid that looked the best at the spring game?
Oh,
Started
that
with a Z or something, maybe?
yeah, what is his name? I don't know, another true freshman kid.
Yeah,
That kid looked the best of the running backs, which
He did.
obviously Robinson
Great.
wasn't there and Blaylock weren't there.
Again, another big,
against the twos.
strong
but-
kid.
Does Evan Walker?
I was going to say
Yeah,
Stephen Walker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stephen Walker. Yeah, that kid looked awesome in the spring game. But that's a name we haven't heard anything about because
Yeah,
he's like fifth on the depth chart, I guess.
yeah.
But moving forward, if Hatton is who we think he can be, and if this
Yeah.
is a P. Ryan Mixon thing, then that's
Yeah.
So Xavier most likely to be the leading rusher, but not necessarily by a lot. And
Well, I don't know.
It could be by a lot.
I don't know if he's the leading rusher. I'm just saying.
I think it's the league.
I'm saying who's the leading rusher.
I'd say Xavier Ralph. Healthy, right?
Yeah,
Healthy.
that's all you can go on. Who you got to pick? You
I'm
got to
going
pick
to
one.
say by the end of the year, it's Hatton
Hatton.
because he has more explosive runs.
Yeah, a few 80-yarders.
If him and Robinson are dual duty, then Robinson's going to have more like 8 or 10-yard carries. But then if Hatton has a couple 50-yard runs, that adds up quick.
Yeah,
But
for
he's
sure.
not like a chump athletically.
Who?
Roberts.
No, not at all.
I mean, he can take it to the house.
He can, but he hasn't shown that he can stay healthy for a season.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
going
the
to
problem.
bet
He's
Robinson.
played 2 years and he hasn't
I'm
finished. the season.
going to say Xavier Robinson's the guy.
That'd be great with me.
Yeah.
We went and played Carl Albert. He was awesome.
That's why I like him, because you saw him in high
We
school.
personally scouted him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we scouted him.
Yeah, but I think you had something to do with the recruitment. I'm going to tell you the truth.
Yeah, well, we'll keep it.
Yeah.
Speed.
No, you don't have
Just
to.
Don't get
In this era of
compliant.
NIL, you can do whatever you
Get
want.
compliant
No,
on
it doesn't. You
This
can
is
do whatever
free.
you want.
This is free NIL.
You
Yeah.
threw a butt. Oh, yeah, was it? Oh,
Or beginning of it.
yeah. You threw you might have thrown a bag, maybe not. We don't know. We'll check.
Where did that quarterback go? The one that came here. They moved from
Went to
Dallas up to
Mustang?
here. No, the one. That,
Oh no, yeah, the other kid.
yeah. Where did he go?
Where did he go?
What was his name? Can't even remember.
The one that was competing with like Bo? Like they were
No, no. Before that,
It was competing with. He was backed up to Hawkins.
he actually was here.
oh.
He was here for a year, and then went somewhere else. They played Carl Albert.
Yeah,
I can't think of it.
yeah.
Well, I think it'll be Robinson. I think it could come down to like in general how the season goes if we have to control the clock or like catch up in games.
Uh-huh.
But I think it'll end up being Robinson.
Well, 3 against 1.
I mean, there's a lot to be said if your defense is pitching a shutout or 7 points
And
and it's
who's in?
21-7, and there's 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and you just run Robinson,
Yeah.
Right.
Just need the few
you know,
yards.
9 times in the fourth quarter or whatever, and then just
Yeah.
stacks that.
Versus if you're up 35 to nothing, and now you hadn't got a chance, and,
Yeah.
and all of a
And
sudden,
then you're just freewheeling it.
and he does bust an 80-yarder.
Yeah.
And his yardage for the day is the same as Robinson's 15 carries.
Yeah.
Yeah. for
Or
sure.
I mean like even inversely if we're down a lot and we need the explosiveness.
I don't understand.
Well, then wouldn't it be Hatton if you're looking for explosiveness?
No,
Yeah,
the
that's
premise.
what I'm saying.
I don't get it. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Oh.
Down a lot.
Right,
Well,
like-
that's why
like
I
they-
said it'll
like a-
be Robinson.
Like a
'cause I'm-
fluky,
I'm
they
hoping
take the
we're not
opening
in
kickoff
that.
back, and we're down 7-0 before
Yeah.
we go up
I feel
14-0.
like we were in a bunch of close games last year.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't think we're going to be in that position to be down. And so we'll just want to
Appreciate it.
control the game
Appreciate
with
it.
Robinson.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Because then we just say we're cruising because
Exactly.
we know we're going to win by 5
Yeah.
touchdowns.
Yeah.
Good. You have to pull your membership in the 500 clubs. So, change gears. This is a question that got asked to me a while back, and I wrote it down because I thought it'd be an interesting one for us to discuss. How many programs are legitimately positioned to win a national championship within the next 3 years. Teams that could win an 18 playoff. I've got two tiers. Do you want to hear mine? And then
18 playoff?
Yeah. Yeah, assuming the 18 playoff continues. Oh, 12
It's a 12
Yeah,
game.
12 games. Yeah. I'm dreaming.
I would
It
love
should
to
be
go back to an 18
It
playoff.
should be an 8.
I'd love to go
Yeah. All right.
from 4 to 12, and I'd rather
Yes,
go back,
yes.
go down to 8.
Good point. No, yeah. So basically wins 3 or 4 games.
I mean, 10.
Yeah, it's just the usual suspect.
I
So
mean,
I
it
say-
popped up in Indiana out of nowhere.
I got 2 tiers.
Miami was right there.
Tier 1, no particular order. I sort of just what was coming to me and then went through conferences. Oklahoma, Texas, Alabama, Georgia, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Oregon, Miami. 8 teams.
No LSU.
No
No
LSU.
LSU, no Indiana.
No Indiana. That my next tier is Penn State. No order, but other than one. Penn State, the last one, not the first one I mentioned. Penn State, Michigan, USC, Texas A&M, LSU, Indiana. Indiana's in there just because they obviously won it last year. But I do feel like they're relatively equal to them, but they're the last one in the tier, in my opinion, over the next 3 years.
No Ole Miss.
No Clemson.
No Ole Miss.
No Clemson.
No Clemson. Clemson probably. I'd add Clemson
Yeah,
on there.
Clemson's out of it for me.
I would add Clemson on tier 2.
Other than playing in the weakest
They
of the
play in a
Power
weak
Four,
league.
That gives them a chance.
Yeah.
the third weakest league.
Now the question though,
They
can
give
they
Texas
get
Tech
through?
a chance.
Can they get through a playoff though? But that's why Texas Tech isn't on here. I don't think Texas Tech could get to a playoff.
Well, they're in the Big 12. Anybody can Big 12 can make a playoff.
No,
Not
like
make,
like
get
through the
through.
win
I'll get
through,
through.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
I got
Yeah.
win 4 or 3 games.
Yeah.
I
don't
think
think they're gonna do it.
I think Clemson can still get good
I do too.
players. to
I
make
do
it
too.
through.
I think they could.
I don't think so. I mean, the only way they got in the playoffs since Brent left was a 9-3 team that happened to win the ACC title.
Yeah, but they get another Deshaun Watson, they're in. I mean,
It could be. I'm on the
Uh,
fence. I didn't include them, so
No, they're not in
they
it
didn't
today.
occur to me.
Ole Miss has a better chance
I don't think so.
than Clemson does to me.
only because
No.
of this season.
Yeah, not for the future.
I,
And they're improving.
I
this
think
season.
Pete Golding's a good coach.
There's a lot of good coaches though.
Is there?
Houston's got a good coach.
I don't know.
K-State's had a good coach. It's just the difference between a good coach and a coach that can actually win a championship. I don't know. I think it's a pretty small group. I do think USC's in there, but they could easily slip out. And they're tier 2 for me. Like, this season may determine everything.
Lincoln
on that.
keeps getting the top quarterbacks in the country out of high school. He's going to keep them relevant.
I mean, the easiest road every year is Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean,
They have the easiest schedule now.
do you not realize they play like a top tier schedule, including maybe Navy?
Maybe Navy.
Oh, yeah.
Navy might be good.
Yeah. But they don't play USC anymore
So pathetic.
because Lincoln canceled that.
Weak. Yeah.
So,
In order
so
of toughest game,
essentially, Notre Dame's got the easiest chance to secure a home field.
We just
first
looked-
round
yeah.
bye.
Oh,
in
yeah,
order
we
of
just
toughest
looked at
game,
it.
Miami's their toughest game. Then it's
BYU.
or SMU,
And
whoever.
SMU,
Which which one of those two you think is tough? That's their three though.
When you're
That
second,
sounds
third,
like a 12-0
toughest,
season right there.
I mean,
Miami. That's a
I
tough
mean,
game.
Miami's tough game.
Unless they find another.
Were they at Notre Dame this year?
yeah.
Because I think
Sure.
they went to Miami last year.
I'm not sure.
I mean, they're liable to slip up. It does help when you only have one tough game, then you're
All
not
your
as,
focus.
there's not wear and tear. The
Oh, yeah,
focus
they'll
is
be-
there.
All your focus is on that.
But they'll also
They
be.
get complacent.
They could get complacent,
be a-
and that could.
It'll be a.
Against Purdue. I
I
mean,
mean, you would have said the same thing about NIU, and then they lost that game and
Yeah.
and went to the championship game.
Shoot, NIU probably is better than
That's
Purdue.
There'll be a
Michigan
good
State.
example of is battle tested versus being rested
Right.
a recipe.
Well,
Because
that's
if they're
where.
rested and then they just look
Yeah.
faster, more energy through the playoffs, then you're gonna be like every coach is gonna be like,
Why aren't
what are
we
we doing?
that?
What is everybody doing?
yep.
So I think they've got to be enemy number 1 on the scheduling. Then for everyone, Big Ten's got to hate them. SEC's got to hate them,
They should take
and the others have to hate them. If
a
you're
non Miami law should be devastating.
in game,
Devastating.
should have been 2 years ago. Was it 2 years or last year that they lost?
Last
Last year
to what?
to NIU.
2 years. ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, that should have been then. I mean, it should just be like it shouldn't be a consideration. Yeah, because last year they didn't get in.
Yeah.
And they didn't do
And
anything.
they didn't play their bowl game.
Those spoiled, conceited brats. Yeah, I'm afraid it won't be, but it really, really should be. And it frustrates me that they come in ranked fifth.
Same with Tech,
Because-
right? Tech should
Yeah.
Tech or
absolutely.
BYU should be devastating to have a loss.
I don't think Notre Dame, if you're trying to pick who you think, with all the guesswork that goes into it, here before week 0, who do you think the top 1 through 25 teams are? I don't think they're the 5th best team in the country on paper. And yet they pencil them in ink them in at 5, which gives them all of that staying power through everything that might happen to them. Unless you're going to just devastate them, and I don't see it. I don't think they're going to drop from, if they roll opening week to Wisconsin, they're not going to drop to 20th.
No, they're going to be top 10.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then a Miami win propels them right back into the thing.
But when they're doing the AP, people are looking at the schedules when they do that.
Do you think that's what they're doing? Or are they? So what are they doing? Are
I
they
mean-
picking the top teams, or are they picking the teams they think will
Well, the other
finish?
part is
that
they're
way.
going to beat the rest of those teams by
Big
15
points.
to 30 points.
Yeah.
So they're just going to be just trouncing these teams week after week, and that's all you
Racking
see. It's just
stats.
another-
And they don't have a championship game.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much pencil them in on a bye as a top 4.
Oh, you think it's that
If
far?
they get by Miami.
So yeah, if they're
Well, you
undefeated,
said they're 5, right?
yeah, if they're undefeated, they're
If
100%.
they're 5 and they beat
But if
Miami,
anyone's undefeated, they're. I mean, aside from a James Madison
Yeah.
or somebody. But where do you think they'd be if they win all their games except Miami? They lose a close game, competitive game to Miami. Where do you think they are?
that
I-
Like
5,
6.
they probably
Yeah.
drop
8,
how early in the
8,
season is that game?
a home playoff game.
Like
They're a home playoff game.
it's like third to the end.
Okay, so that's like
Yeah.
they would have been undefeated in top 3 probably.
Oh yeah.
And then losing Miami, they dropped to like 9 and stayed in the top.
Oh, you think they go to
They
9?
go 9, so they don't get a home playoff game with one loss.
Well, I mean, it depends on what everybody else
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. I don't know.
If
11 and
you're-
1.
If you have no bias and you're looking at their schedule and you're like,
Sure.
they literally didn't beat anybody until they got to Miami and
I'm not
lost.
saying how you would vote them.
Yeah.
Where do you think they'll be though? Because I'm afraid they're going to be 7 or 8.
I mean, 9 is a home playoff game.
No, it's
No, 8's a home playoff.
5, 6,
Oh,
7,
5
7,
through 8.
yeah.
Yeah.
so I bet
maybe
they're
8.
7 or 8.
Yeah, I'd say 8.
I think 6.
Could be.
I think
I'm
like
more likely.
Obviously, it depends on everybody around them.
It does. Yeah, it depends on a lot of things. But they got everything in their favor.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. And so at some point, the integrity of the game, the committee, whoever, they have to look at this and start. If you don't punish them, and the punishment can only come by starting them low in the rankings, punishing them for a weak win, obviously devastatingly punishing them for a loss, then they're not going to learn a lesson here. They're going to continue to do it because they're getting rewarded for it.
There's just got to be a way to mathematically, legitimately rank, wins and losses.
Well, there's plenty. Strength of schedule.
I've
There's,
got a little problem with your tier 2 having Penn State in there. I don't think Matt Campbell's the guy that's going to get a team anywhere near rolling through a playoff.
I'm very sympathetic to that. I tend.
I just don't see him. I mean, I watched him lose his mind. We beat him in a Big 12 title.
Absolutely.
I've seen him cry too many times over
Well,
plays.
And he's faded,
Yeah.
right? For over several years.
I mean, he was
faded.
like the 6th choice for that job.
Yeah.
When they finally took him,
And he took
because they had a bunch of people turn him down.
he took like 25 players from Iowa State, which I
Yeah.
don't think is good enough to go to Penn State.
Well, I think they
And you're
suffered
saying over a 3-year, you say 3-year period?
3-year period.
I don't think Penn State's in the tier
This
for
probably
competing for national championship.
I'd be okay if I had to cut one. That'd be an easy one to cut. In fact, I think Indiana's on a better trajectory than Penn State. Much better coach.
If Michigan
Oh,
hadn't
yeah.
got Kyle Whittingham, I wouldn't have put Michigan on the list.
Right. I agree. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
They got about as good as
They-
the coach
they-
they could have fallen into.
Yeah,
I mean,
they got a great find on the coach.
Yeah.
For Penn State, I think they suffer the Texas situation where they have their inner monologue that's telling them how awesome they are, and they're never facing reality as to who they are.
That's because they're all
And it
coked up.
holds them back. Yeah, that's true. They are pretty high. Cocaine U, man. Miami in the '80s got nothing on these guys.
Yeah.
Gee. Well, obviously we'll see, but some of these teams are kind of obvious locks on tier one, I think. I don't know if there's much controversy there. Probably nationally, the controversy would be Oklahoma. Um, and yeah, and we do have the most to prove.
And we haven't proven to win a playoff game. With all the chances we've had,
Yeah,
we haven't proven that we can win.
but are you really going to hold something against us that happened 9 years ago under a totally
It
different
happened last
coaching
year.
regime? Well, you say, but
we
we
were in the
haven't.
playoffs,
So,
but we didn't advance.
but that's one. So
Okay.
that's one time we got into the playoffs
We got in the playoffs
and we were way
in
ahead.
17, 18,
That's
and
what I'm
19.
saying. Are you going to hold against us that we were in the playoffs that 9 years ago? Like, how relevant
7
is
years
that?
ago.
Huh?
And 8 and 7.
Yeah, exactly. How relevant is 9, 8, and 7 years ago? Like, I don't think that's that
I
relevant.
mean, when you're looking at the programs that you're talking about, I think the last decade is important
So we got into the top four,
because you're not
Those
letting
years.
Indiana in tier one
right?
because of what they did last year.
Right.
That's I see where you're going. with
You're
this.
holding that.
That's
You're
the
holding.
top four.
You're
Yeah,
holding
we were
one
top-
against.
Yeah.
You're holding one. Them. You're holding against them that they've only done it for one
We
season.
won a conference championship and we were in the top four those years you're talking about.
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
It's just different circumstances.
It's very different. I think to me it's not controversial to put us up there. Other than the controversy is many down years in the last six, right? And so 2022 is an awful year. 23
24.
is a pretty good year. 24 is a very bad year.
We
So-
went 10 and 2 and 23 and 5.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And 23
But Indiana the year before
Should've
they
been
went
better.
15 and 0 last year.
hmm
Didn't they go like 10 and 2 the year before that or something like that?
Yeah. But they
I mean, they caught
didn't beat.
they caught a good side of the
anybody.
schedule for the Big Ten.
Yeah, they got trounced in the tough games or beaten handily.
Yeah.
It was a trounce. It was,
But he's still proven he's got the merit to get people through playoff games. Because the road they had last year, once the playoffs
Was
started,
decent.
was tough.
Oh, in the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
No, I
they won the top. They beat Ohio State, right? Big Ten title. They
yeah
absolutely destroyed Oregon in the playoff.
beat Alabama.
Alabama.
Well, let's play Bama first.
And they played Bama first
Bama.
and killed
Oregon.
them, right?
Beat them handily. I mean, no,
Yeah, I
they,
think they beat him.
Wasn't it like 30 or something?
38, right?
They put a hurt on him.
yeah, that's
They
that's
killed
true.
them.
Bama was.
Then they handled Oregon pretty easily, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, Oregon was really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
And then-
I mean,
Right.
national championship game was
it's
a
close.
good game. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna take anything away from their flash in the pan last year, but I'm calling it a flash in the pan. I mean, that's what it was. It was a real nice.
I mean, they're
year.
27 and 2 or something over the last 2 years.
Wait till we get to our next week and our over unders,
And you're saying
you're gonna
us
see how many games
at
they're gonna lose.
16 and 8, and they go 27 and 2, but they're at tier 2 and we're at tier
We're
1.
building something.
I still say we give them a much better game than Bama.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't think
saying
Bama, but
one.
I think
Like-
Bama was.
Bama shouldn't have beaten us.
They just came back to win that football game
Yeah.
against us. They were beaten up. They were down. It was over.
Our defense would have fared better against Bama,
They just-
against Indiana, but our offense wouldn't have done much more. I don't feel like. It was the
Yeah, I
offensive
agree.
future.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
Bama was slow, tired, just worn out mentally, physically. They had no chance.
Yeah.
All right. Sticking with playoffs, what are your thoughts on the proposed 2014 playoff?
Hate it.
I'm tired.
Is it not awful?
I don't
mean,
like 12.
I don't either.
It should be 8.
How can they go to 24?
But like, I don't have my
You
finger.
know,
on the-
24 wiped out conference championship games.
Yes.
I guess.
There's no way they can get it all
I
in.
guess. Yeah, it has to. So, or you make that a part of it, or something like that's the play-in game to it, or something.
Yeah, but then you've got two really high ranked teams in one conference playing.
Playing and
They
then
knock
two
each other
nobody
out.
exactly.
Yeah, and then two nobodies over. Yeah.
So, or maybe you, yeah, I don't know. You have the top team in the SEC play the top team in the Big 12, and the number 2 SEC play the number 2 big. I don't know. I don't have my pulse on the whole zeitgeist of fandom, but
I don't think anybody would like it.
I don't think anybody likes it.
I don't know if we'll like it.
I mean, the
I'll
college,
watch it.
the NCAA tournament,
every game.
when they went to
Well, like
68 and now they're going to 76 or something.
Yeah, it's
And when
it's
they
dilution.
when they went from 64 to 68, people were like, "Oh, slow your roll."
and no one cares about those.
No one
I
watches
understand
those
to watch
Monday,
the
Tuesday,
plays.
Wednesday games.
No one
Nobody watches
predicts them.
Yeah.
They're not in any bracket
Yeah.
pools. No one cares.
And now they're going to 72 or 76 or
Yep.
something. It's like they're diluting it even worse.
Yeah, so I
So-
think this would be really bad
Yeah.
dilution. I mean, it's going to get to the point where, and it's kind of like the NBA, where you're just trying to be good enough to get it, and you're going to get in. And if you can't make a 2014 playoff, what are you doing?
Was it Elko? Maybe somebody asked him
Yeah,
about it.
yes.
Yeah.
What
And he
did
was
say?
like, "Do I want it to be 24?" He's like, "For my job, yeah,
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 right, exactly.
sure. Oh, I
Yeah.
just got to be in the 2014 playoff and keep my job.
That's easy.
Absolutely." But he's like, for the sport, he was like, "No, absolutely not."
Yeah, I mean,
That's
That-
good to hear.
that's good to hear. That's really good to hear.
But at A&M, you may get in the if you get in the playoffs 3 years in a row and you lose every time in the first round.
But that could be
they'll
bad too.
Yeah.
That could be bad too. Yeah. If you're LSU, you
Yeah, but there's a
definitely are
lot.
good
But
if
there's a
you're out.
lot of places though that you're fine.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely fine.
Probably
Everyone in the Big
90%.
Yeah.
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 There's just a couple of crazy schools where that's just not going.
All but a couple in the ACC.
I mean, there's probably 15 schools that would look down upon you making the playoffs 3 years in a row and losing.
Right.
You'd be on the hot seat.
Right.
Outside of those
I mean,
12 to 15 schools.
what
Tier
would-
1 and Tier 2 schools that
The
you
same ones
listed.
we mentioned earlier.
so
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Would,
probably.
yeah. What would be the only justifiable?
But even then, would you
Law-
want to get rid of Brent if we made 3 playoffs in a row
Yes, and lost
24.
and lost?
because you're.
Depends on.
Oh, but wait,
No.
what if you advanced a little?
That was my question.
What
Though.
if you advanced a little? But
I
What if,
I thought you were
You
saying
win the
lose
first
out of the
game.
game.
what if the first season you get in?
Oh, yeah, that's
let's
different.
say you lost first round. The next season,
No,
you
you
make
can't
you
lose-
make it 2
The
rounds.
only way you
Then
can
this
lose.
season you lose the first round.
The only way you can lose first round is if you're that what would it be? 11-12 matchup.
Yeah.
Otherwise, who are you playing? You're not losing as a 5 against.
Well, you could be a 13 or 14.
So 24 doesn't work out because it's not. There'd have to be buys in that. But you're not playing, so it'd be like whatever that'd be 13-14 or something. That's pathetic. We're only 13th in the nation. That's awful. So that's bad. And so then if you lose it, that the only understandable thing about losing is you lost to a team that was about as good as you, but then you're only that good. Like you should be much better than that. So then if you win
That does last
and
year.
lose, if you're like 5th and then you lose, win and then lose,
And we
I
were,
hated
we
it.
were
That's
8 and
probably
lost
okay.
9.
I
I'm not-
hated they
yeah.
gave us a
But
rematch
we'd be
too.
even.
Hated
Yeah.
it.
oh, that's
That was
awful.
bad seating by the committee.
Really bad seating.
Definitely.
The
Because we had just
committee,
played that game 3 weeks
the
before.
committee has gotten worse year after year after year. More controversy, more favoritism, more like this was really bad this year. Like they had to fire the head of it because he resigned because of controversy. And then this other stooge comes in and, he is
Their response,
his
to questions
responses
are
were just insane. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, what you just said does not make sense or contradicts the other things.
Well,
you're
years
doing.
past, it's like, why didn't you let this team in? Well, their quarterback got hurt, and then they never really recovered, blah, blah. But you let this team in whose quarterback is currently hurt.
Yeah, we're looking at Saints' schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, depending on how they want to argue it, is what they go with.
Exactly. Whatever the justification
We're gonna leave Florida State out because the
Mhm.
quarterback's hurt,
is.
but we're gonna let this team in who's
because they got there without their quarterback.
exactly.
Yeah. 2 years in a row of just totally egregious misconduct. And that's bad for the sport. I mean, if you go to a 24, you don't even need them though. I mean, what are we doing? They're just going to argue about who's 22 through 24. Who cares? We're going to tune in for the show. I mean, you're going to tune in to find out the seeding.
I mean, at that point, you get 4 conferences or whatever, and you just take the top 6 from all 4 conferences.
That's the top 6. Look how it sounds. Listen to what you're saying. How awful is that?
Yeah, I know. It's
The
awful.
top
Yeah, so
6.
you're letting a
Yeah.
7-5 Arizona State
Yeah.
team in, or
There'd be a bunch of 7 and
Well,
5,
the
8 and 14.
The 6th place team in the SEC is a good squad. The
Yeah,
6th
absolutely.
place team in the Big 12
Is not.
Yeah.
Is not a good squad.
I mean, you
Yeah,
could
well-
probably go 5 deep in the Big Ten.
6th place for us last year, like Vanderbilt or something.
You can go.
Texas.
You can go.
Good team.
Like that
Yeah.
was, yeah.
You can go 5 and 6 in Big Ten and SEC. You can go 3.
I would say.
You can go 3 in the
I would
ACC.
say in most years you're 4 or 5 in the Big Ten,
You can go 2.
and you could go 5, 6, if not 7 in the SEC.
And then you go maybe 3 ACC and 2 Big 12.
In the best case scenario,
And then you let
yes,
2 or 3 randoms in.
that's
That
awful.
boy.
The JMUs, the
Pick up
Boise.
the sixth
whatever.
place Big 12 team.
Now, when does the Pac-12 start?
Take a pick. It doesn't matter. They're all like the
When
same
does the
record.
Pac-12 start? Is that this year? Is like Boise in the Pac-12
Yeah,
now?
they're in the
That's this year.
Yes, this year. They're favored to win the Pac-12.
Really?
Yep.
The sixth best team,
Yeah.
and the 8-5 Arizona State,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
or an
Complete zero.
8-4 Iowa State. You could say.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, not a good team.
So they didn't go to a bowl last year, Iowa State.
I guess.
They
Not.
spit that one out.
Yeah, I guess.
They didn't have a coach or players.
Well,
They all went to Penn State.
Yeah,
They all went to Penn
Do you,
State.
do you
That's right.
separate by conference record or overall? Like, how do you?
It
Oh,
doesn't
oh,
matter.
that's for sure.
It's
Oh,
stupid
yeah.
as can be. Probably, I don't know.
Because
It'd be
overall,
conference
they're all
record.
playing 3 rum-dums.
It'd be
because
conference. Yeah, go
So
so,
Big
Arizona
12
State.
doesn't have that rule where you have to play a Power 4 as your one of your out-of-conference games, I don't think.
Well, I think it speaks to the fact that this is not a stable equilibrium. We got a lot of stuff that just is not the same, not on the same footing. It's not apples to apples. We've got to make some changes here. We've got to get to a point where the conferences are relatively expected to be equal. Like,
I know 4 guys
could be equal.
at a round table in the heat.
Can
that
figure
could
this
pick
shit out.
Yeah, figure this out.
Definitely so. The bad news would be some people get left on the chopping block.
Yeah.
But that's relegation promotion. They have a chance to get back in. So I got one that's not written down that I want to ask now. And we'll be coming back to this in, I guess it's week 2. I was thinking about it. Check me if I'm wrong, like if you have a different feeling. I cannot remember a time when I will have rooted for OSU, Oklahoma State, as much as I am going to be rooting for them against Oregon. Not that I think they have much of a chance, but I really would love seeing them win. And I don't know when I could say anything close to that in the past.
I mean, you could when it came towards the end of the season, and it's
And you
like
needed
right
them.
before Bedlam, we need OSU to beat A&M.
Yeah, okay, that
way it
that
gets
could
us
be.
in.
I don't remember a scenario
something
that
like
was
that.
but that'd
Yeah.
be the closest. There's never
Well,
like an
I'm
emotion.
always rooting for them against Texas.
Yeah, I was
Always.
gonna say that.
There's never a time that
Nah.
OSU played Texas.
think
I
and I
was like
wasn't
it-
rooting for OSU.
I was like that was a no-lose situation. I didn't like the idea that they would beat Texas and we wouldn't, and they had a better record against Texas over a given number of years than we did. I didn't like hearing about
I
that.
always want Texas to lose.
I
Nothing wrong
recall.
with that.
I recall wanting them to win one of their bowl games.
Stanford.
Mm-mm.
I don't know who.
Definitely not me.
It was the one where
Yeah, no.
they got kind of screwed out of the national championship game,
They did.
and I thought, well, it'd be nice if they go and win that bowl game and kind of
Yeah.
prove that maybe they should have been.
This guy didn't. He lost $1,500 on that. He would have won his big
Oh yeah,
bowl pool
yeah.
had he had.
What was
I
that?
needed
Was
that
like
win.
the year. Or...
2011.
Oh,
Oh,
that was
2011.
yeah, you know what?
they beat them. They beat
Was
Stanford.
that a luck?
Yeah. Oh no, they beat
That was
Stanford.
Luck's senior year.
Yeah, in the very end, in the.
That was the one where they
Field goal,
lost to Iowa State on the road.
Trust me, I
Was that
remember
Bama?
it well.
Was that Bama LSU rematch that nobody wanted to
that
see?
one.
Right.
And it was like 9-6 or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
We're lucky because I think Oklahoma State would have been national champions.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
could, yeah, they had a good chance.
Brandon Whedon and them, they had enough.
And I hated losing to them that year, but I respected that they were a good team and that I don't know. I did have some sympathy for them, and I really had sympathy for them. I loved it when Iowa State beat them. I'll be honest. And at the same time, as it played out, and it's Alabama, LSU, I really hated seeing them not get a shot at it, which I felt like they deserved a shot. In a 14 playoff, they get that shot.
It was LSU that sneaked in, right?
Yes.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
two
and
losses.
then they didn't cross the 50.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did
No, they
not
won.
cross.
No, they won. No. Yeah.
They beat Bama.
They
9-6.
crossed like twice or
Something like
something.
that.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
That's the year they won.
That's they won the year they won, I think.
They
Yeah.
won with 2 losses.
No, I don't think.
And
So.
not
I don't think so.
10-2.
Well, are you thinking of the rematch? Are you thinking of the first game? You may be thinking of the first game,
I'm
which
pretty
was
sure
played
they
the
beat each
same,
other.
which was played the same
Yeah,
night
no,
as
no.
the Oklahoma State K-State
I'm
game,
pretty sure
which was totally
I'm
different.
pretty sure the national championship. I don't know that they crossed the 50-yard.
This says number 2 Alabama defeated number 1 LSU
Right.
21-0.
And LSU had beaten them in the regular season.
Okay,
And that's when they
that's
crossed
9
the
to 16.
50.
Okay.
No, they didn't cross the 50 in the
And the
national
national
championship.
championship game.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
21 to nothing.
It was brutal.
Oh, LSU didn't. Okay, I got
because
you.
it was a rematch.
I got you.
I was-
Yeah.
And on top of that, they couldn't even do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the contrast was defense, and everyone was high on defense,
That's
and
the
they
game
were
Bama
not
just got in.
respecting
OSU should
Big 12 offense, and that was a tremendous couple of offenses between K-State and Oklahoma State that year.
Oklahoma State could have scored.
That was the earthquake game for Kirk Herbstreit, wasn't it? In Stillwater, when he's like,
the eyeballs.
yeah. And so I didn't like at the end of the year as it played out that Oklahoma State didn't get a chance, and then more so that the disrespect of offense versus defense, and everyone was saying this is real football,
Yeah.
when the other stuff wasn't. It's like, you're not playing this. The SEC at that time didn't face offenses like that,
No,
and I don't think they could have
And
competed
it
with it.
forced Saban to switch to that.
Right, and no one respects that fact. And maybe now they do. They didn't then. And that bugged me. So it was like sort of almost vicarious that I was feeling their pain because we were part of that, and we're part of that offensive
Yeah, we were playing video games.
move. Yeah,
right? The Big 12
exactly.
was a video game
Exactly.
league.
No respect.
Yeah.
And that was the tail end of the Big 12 actually being the best conference by far.
Now, I do also remember, sort of on topic, but
There is no topic.
rooting for Texas Tech a bunch of times for that same reason.
Oh, yeah.
we talk about.
Absolutely.
Like, I
Especially
wanted-
when Mike Leach
Like
was
wanted
there.
Mike Leach to go in there
Oh,
in
yeah.
the SEC and just
Yes.
light them up.
Yes.
And now a lot of times they still wouldn't win because the defenses were so bad.
Well, they didn't have the full
But-
talent.
But
across
just
the-
putting up,
Yeah.
making Mississippi State beat you 42-38
Right.
was like a thing because
Yeah.
it was just like, holy
Oh,
crap.
yeah. The frustration.
When we played Georgia
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
in the Rose Bowl,
the shell
the
shock.
Georgia fans were like, what is going on? I mean, they didn't
You're
know-
not supposed to be able
yeah,
to do this.
what are you doing scoring like this? Why are people
Yeah.
open? Why are
This
people
is more
making
like
plays?
soccer.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah. Now, of course, we all know what happened. They bucked up, and
They had that kind of offense too.
Mm-hmm.
so, but yeah, they were not prepared for it. And then we caught them off guard for sure. Lincoln did a good job. Kyler Murray should have played the second half, but whatever.
So let's talk about real quick if you have any thoughts about the 5-year rule. We got the current injunction and then it's under appeal. The motion to stay the ruling was denied. It looks like the 2022 class can play. I haven't heard of anybody actually getting on a team. We would have 2, but they're not
I think
playing,
that
right?
I think that Arkansas D tackle is one.
Oh,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
for us?
Yeah.
Okay. But Damian Williams is not.
No,
Dominic.
Dominic Williams, yeah. And, well, Damian's
Well,
not.
He's still trying to get on an NFL team.
Well, here's
Right.
that's
Canick tore his pec. He's out.
That's the
Not
weird.
Canick was
No, Canick could have.
he
Yeah.
wasn't drafted.
Yeah,
He
he was the
signed a
very last
contract?
draft pick.
Yeah,
Oh, you didn't sign a contract?
I don't
It
know
doesn't
if that
matter if
matters.
it's not-
No, it
It
does.
didn't matter for the NBA.
No, you can't sign a contract. You can't be under.
The NBA guys went back to college.
I read it today. You can't have signed a contract.
Well, then there's not going to be very many people at all.
But we had 2. Who was the other one?
The defensive end from
Well, all those guys are
Florida
signing
State.
contracts just to make
Yeah.
just to make camp teams.
No, the guy that could come back.
Marvin
Jones. Marvin Jones.
Jr.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about it? Them getting
5 years or those
Well,
2022?
yeah. Let's talk about both things: the 2022 guys and then the 5-year rule.
I'm completely fine with any player that isn't drafted probably in the top 4 rounds of the draft having the ability to come back.
Ever or in
Period.
this one
Yeah.
22
No, period.
class?
Move.
Why is it different rules for baseball? Baseball, you can get drafted anywhere, 21st round, second round, doesn't matter. You can come back and play.
Well, that's almost a different topic, right?
I think it's a different sport just because of like how baseball works and starting into the majors and stuff.
I'm okay with even saying 5 rounds. If you're picked in round 6 or 7, those are just crapshoots for NFL teams.
Sure.
Right? And then you talk about all the undrafted players that try and make squads. You absolutely should be able to come back from college if you have availability within the 5-year window
Okay, so
to come back.
because that's one of my questions is the 5-year window. I know that-
I'm all in on the 5 for 5 because it changes to where there shouldn't be any courts involved anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about redshirting anybody. You
Yep.
can play as many games as you want.
Injuries,
you can play as few games.
whatever.
There's no 4-game rule or whatever. It used to be if you stepped on the field, you burned your red shirt.
Right.
Then the last few years, it's been
The
you're allowed 4
4-year.
games, which was way better than what it
Yeah.
was.
I heard it was Quentin Griffin, didn't it? Didn't he burn a red shirt late in the season in
At 99.
in
I
'99?
don't know if he did,
Maybe.
but Roy Williams did.
I'm pretty sure Quentin did, and that's why we didn't have him in
Oh.
the like 03 season,
season?
or 02 season.
Oh, maybe so.
I can't remember, but
7 games in, he burned it.
this takes away all of the confusion or all of the lawsuits, all that.
Yeah.
If it's just
Yeah, it
five,
should just be
you
plain
get
and
5
safe.
years, you play as much as you can.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm all in.
I agree. I very much like
Now
the
you're going to lose.
strict 5-year rule.
You're going to lose a bunch of all-time records because you're going to have a receiver that
Sure.
plays
Yeah.
at this small school
Yeah.
for 3 years, and he goes to big school for 2 years, and his
Yes.
receiving numbers are 10,000 yards or whatever.
But
you know what I
there's,
mean?
yes, I agree, obviously.
10,000, but you know.
But we have to look at it in the long sweep of history and realize that this is not the first time this kind of a thing happened. Freshmen used to not be eligible at all.
Yeah. Bowl
and so
games used to not count.
bowl games used to
Toward
not
you,
count.
yeah.
And so there's all these weird things. And so when you're comparing records, it used to be a 10-game season, not a 12-game season.
And it was 11.
So and it
decades.
wasn't an automatic bowl game. It was every other year for some conferences like OU.
Yeah.
In the
And then you had,
Big
you had
Seven,
conference
Big
championship
Eight.
games in the mid 90s.
Big Seven, not the Big Eight. Yeah, and so there's
And those games.
all of these things are asterisks, right? All the way down. So just realize that any career number is going to be subject to the fact that it's different today than it used to be.
Yeah.
Not to mention that the
anything,
game is
just
different.
anything cut and dry. It
Yes.
for the simplicity of
Yes.
all the way from the fans of knowing how long someone might be on your team, and to the coaches trying to
Yep.
build their roster.
And no gamesmanship.
Yeah,
No, like,
just-
oh, he's hurt. We
What did
got a
this
medical
do
red
to
shirt.
the scholarship limit, though. I think you need to raise it.
Well, it's 105 right now.
Yeah,
But now that was with guys only being able to play 4 years.
but that gives you 21 players a year to recruit.
Yeah, I don't know if it needs to be too much bigger than it is or not.
Because before you knew after 4 years, this guy was gone.
Right. Well, but it used to be 85 plus walk-ons and all
Right.
that gamesmanship.
That might be something they need to look at. I don't know if it changes.
Yeah, so like,
But-
I mean,
You're factoring in. And
so
the
you're
whole
thinking like
extra year.
125?
Maybe.
If 25 is the magic number
Yeah.
per year? Well, I'd like to see it standardized there too. So it's whatever it is, this is the number.
Yeah.
And not like we're going to do 30 this year and we're going to do 20. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we need to, like, you can have this many. I mean, even if it's just you can have 125 people on your roster, period. And if you lose 40 players, you can go find 40 more. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But that's the number.
That's
Just
how it is.
get to that number. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
And if it needs to be a little more to accommodate that, I'd be fine with that.
I still like to, with the 5 for 5, I think you should be able to go back and implement the 1-year transfer sit out rule. I know you don't like it.
I don't
'cause
like it.
Free market, all this other crap, but you transfer from one school to another, you sit that year out, you lost one of your 5 years.
I don't like it.
Because then you don't have a guy, oh, I'll play my freshman, sophomore here, and then
Well-
I didn't start, so I'm going to this school.
Right.
And then I was there for my junior. Nope, they didn't let me play either. So now I'm going to this place for my senior. Well, now I'm going there for my graduate school. And you got
Right.
your 4 schools in 5 years. That's
No, I
bullshit.
think that is a problem too. And if you read my Fixing College Football
Or a
post,
once
I talk about that.
a one-time transfer.
I
a
think
one-time no penalty transfer, and then
Yeah.
after that you have to sit out a year. I
I'm
could live
okay with that.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that I don't want you to have to sit out, but I think you have to do it within the academic year of whatever it is, and there's limits on when you can do it. So I don't want a guy deciding in late August that he's leaving. Like we have a definition of when the season starts, and you cannot leave within season. And
Probably
if you
has to
do
be
leave.
when they leave camp in spring.
Yeah, so well, basically, I cut it off on July 31. It's done, and you can't do it again, or you are setting out.
Yeah.
You're going to miss that way because it also gets to the baseball or other sport rule. So if you've got a guy that's a baseball player and and then he transfers in August to be a football player, he's not eligible because he missed the eligibility window to be at that school doing that. And so I do think there should be some structure there. It's not as rigorous as the set 1 year,
but it does say when you can and can't transfer and when you can become eligible. So it stops the seemingly free agency that's baseball like,
Yeah.
to go back
I
to
mean,
baseball.
I would be fine with a free one-time transfer after any of those 4 years.
What about if your coach
going into the
leaves?
fifth? Doesn't matter.
You're high and dry.
Yep.
That's rough.
That's life.
I think it should be a free
Not for the
transfer.
coach, it wasn't.
You take a job and your supervisor gets promoted and it's not your supervisor anymore. You don't be like, well, I'm not working here no more because I got a new supervisor. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I do get to do that.
You didn't go to work there
I
just
do
because of
get
that
to do
one
that.
supervisor.
But I get to do that. I'm a at-will employee. I can leave at any time.
No,
So
unless you have
my
contract.
point of view would be make them sign a contract then.
Yeah.
Let's have contracts. And I love
Now you need
contracts.
collective bargaining.
So you might have to have that, but you have a contract. And not only does that contract then say what you're going to do as a player, it's what I'm going to do as an organization hiring you. So that, and in both cases, then we can negotiate or have it in the contract of what you're worth on both sides. So if you want to leave and maybe I'm like, okay, go find someone who's going to pay me this amount and buy you out of your contract, then everybody's happy.
Like world football contracts where a
Right.
team in La Liga wants to buy a Premier League player and they pay them
Yes,
20
exactly.
million to get
Exactly.
that guy on their team.
Yes, something like that. Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
fine with that.
and that way the player isn't left high and dry on the deal, but also the university isn't. They're
Yeah.
not on the hook for something like,
Oh yeah, if Ole Miss wants to pay you $5 million for your wide receiver,
yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
I mean,
You happily take it. Like Texas takes Cam Coleman from Auburn, and
Texas got
Texas got to pay him. Texas has to pay Auburn $1 million because they
absolutely.
took him.
And even more important,
Coleman.
you look at a Oklahoma State pick on a team. They may say, well, I'm going to go ahead and take a flyer on these players, and I'm going to be the one who potentially finds an all-star
Develops
develops them. And yeah, I'd love it if you play the whole time. But if Oklahoma comes calling and they want you and they got a paycheck and they're going to do it,
You use that money to buy some.
use that money and buy yourself up.
World football work.
Exactly.
That'll help a lot of smaller schools for sure.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely would help the
Oh, yeah.
schools.
Oh yeah, you find
Because
some,
their budgets are probably next to nothing anyway.
you find some
Exactly.
diamond in
and
the
when you
rough,
find
some
a
hit
sign a
two.
Josh Heupel,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, he's like, well, we'll give you 200,000 for that junior college kid.
Yeah, and Weber State's like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
And,
like,
and then if you're a coach,
like that pays for our coach's
you're not
salaries
worried
for the
about taking that job, because if you're taking that kind of a job, you're thinking, well, this is a risky job because it's in Oklahoma State's a decent example of it. Others are worse.
well, North Texas,
North
perfect.
Texas is a big one, so it's like this is do or die. And if I just happen to not make it work,
But even
and
if you
I'm not
make it
dealing with
work,
anything,
it's worse.
it's
almost
worse.
worse.
right? But
Yeah.
it won't be then,
Yeah.
because then, yeah, everybody
apparently,
can make it work.
Coaches have buyouts.
Yes, exactly.
So players could too.
Players should do. I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Let's wrap it up with something. Initial predictions on OU's record. What do you think? You can change this. They're not going to hold you to it. I'm not even going to write it down.
With a pen in his hand. I'm not even going to write it
I
down.
won't write it down. I won't write it down. It won't even be recorded. This is
It's
just
for
us.
posterity.
This is just us sitting here. I turned it off.
Yeah.
We're not recording anymore. What do you think?
9-3.
Who wants to go first?
9-3.
9-3. 9-3. 9-3. Very, very reasonable.
Tough schedule.
Very reasonable. Tough schedule. There are
Tough road games.
if you go down the list, which I did for what we'll do next week, I did it for every team that we did the over under on. And I looked at their whole record and I said, win, loss, or maybe. And if you do that and you say, well, what if they win half the maybes? 9-3 is probably the mathematical number. What do you think, Nolan? 13-0
I'll
in the
say-
12 season.
I'll say 10-2.
10-2, a little more optimistic.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of in the middle of where I think our possibilities are.
Injury free.
Well, you can't.
10-2.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
Probably 9-3. 8-4 would be disappointing.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little too, because I like that train of thought. I'm going to say 12-0. We're going to run it. We're going to run the table. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 12-0. I know it's out on a limb. I think that anything below 10-2 is disappointing. Injury free. And the disappointing could be a lot of things, right? So if you come from the future and tell me that Mateer, it wasn't the injury, it wasn't whatever, he just doesn't have what it takes, okay, I'm definitely wrong. If I don't know what else.
It's fair to lose at Georgia and Texas. That's fair.
Yeah.
Those are two games you can stomach.
We're underdogs in both those games currently.
We're underdogs in Michigan.
that's
that's a home field.
that's
But-
ridiculous.
But, it's such a wild card to go into the swamp. It's such a wild card to play a Mississippi State where they're at on the schedule. It's just such a bad
That is
spot
tough. That
to
is
play
tough.
them.
That is especially if you have an injury.
A&M's a good football team. Missouri's a good football team.
Ole Miss is a good football team.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Ole Miss and Missouri are here together. A&M, I think, a little high.
to just think of the record of 9-3 as being disappointing is fair, but to drop a game of those 5 or 6
Could happen
wishy-washy, that's
for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a very tough schedule, and I want that as a fallback to say if we're 9-3, and it's a tough schedule and we're competitive, we got to still look at this as a successful season. If these guys
non-playoff, a 9-3,
An 8-4 to me sucks, but I can foresee it. Like you can look at those
cannot
maybe.
foresee it.
I
You
think
can look
4
at-
losses.
I can't
I think
see
we're
that.
too
You
good.
can look at the Georgia and
I do
Texas
too.
as losses, Michigan, Florida, A&M,
I
Ole
think
Miss. Any of those games could be losses.
I don't think Florida's going to be very good.
So if
don't
I got
either.
5 maybes in there and you lose 2 of those, you're 8-4.
I just don't see it. I don't know. I don't see it. 8-4 would be. I'll be extremely disappointed if they're 8-4.
I'll be
Barring
I'll be
injury,
bummed for sure.
barring also that these teams are a lot better than I think they're going to be. Because maybe you think they're going to be better than I think they're going to be.
Well, last year
I don't think
we
they're gonna
went
be that
10-2, but we thought LSU was going to be really good, and they weren't.
Right.
We thought
Right.
Missouri wasn't as good.
Missouri
Right.
wasn't anywhere near as good as
So 8-4 would have been really disappointing last year.
based on how the other teams ended up
Actually being
right.
yes. And so I'm kind of I'm looking at that schedule, and I guess I'm saying I think the schedule is very tough, but not as tough as people think. Especially in the mid-range guys.
We've got like the 3rd toughest schedule in the country.
That's what people say.
We have
7,
6 games in the top 10, I think, or something like that, don't we?
not in the top 10.
Or-
No, not top 10.
We have 7 in the top
4.
25.
Maybe it's 4 of the top 10. I don't remember the AP
We have
poll.
Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss,
Texas.
LSU,
Ole Miss is in the top 10.
A&M,
aren't they? Yeah, they're.
they're close. They might
They're
be
12 or
12-ish,
13.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
there's
A&M
AP and coaches.
overrated.
The AP and coaches.
Still
I
overrated.
think we have 4 top 10 teams on our schedule. But
Georgia, Texas A&M. I'm
Look at
pretty
it.
sure are definitely.
Georgia, Texas, and Texas A&M are all in front of us.
AP,
It's 3.
I'm pretty sure.
25.
I think there was one bet.
So
It just depends where they have LSU and Ole Miss.
LSU's not that high.
Yeah, they are.
I think we have like 6 top 25 teams or something like that.
Georgia 3, Texas 5, A&M 8,
A&M.
Ole Miss 9, LSU 11.
Ole Miss is overrated.
So-
LSU's what?
11. So we got
11.
5 of the top 11 and one of
Michigan 16.
and we're 10. I mean, so 5 of the top 10 that aren't us essentially,
Yeah. Something between LSU
playing
and
half the
Ole
top
Miss
10
is not
if you-
that good.
if you don't count us.
I agree.
Not that good. Not that good. I'm saying I don't think they're that good. Now we come to the end of the season and they are that good, then I would have revised my number. So part of my number is coming up with I don't think these guys are that good.
I mean, Lane Kiffin brought Coach O in. That's a bump. That's a bump for LSU. They won a national championship like 4 years ago.
They might be just
Yeah,
too
but
distracted on some
but-
ways.
But the spelling test, they're gonna fail
Play some
that.
football.
I don't know.
When I was spelling test.
Yeah, you have to factor in the Georgia arrests they're going to get throughout
True.
the year.
Yeah, it's
They're
they're
still
still driving
The thing
around.
is,
yeah.
the thing
They're going to
is,
have Progressive as their
If you-
sponsor.
if you
so they can afford the car insurance for all their players.
if you gave Oregon, USC, Penn State, Michigan, or whatever, our exact schedule, their fans would be screaming to the rooftops
Yeah.
how they should be in at 9-3, no matter what. It's the toughest thing they've ever gone.
Right, for sure.
And we're trying to downplay it. And I don't think it's downplayable.
Well, I'm not gonna downplay it.
I think it's tough as hell.
I think it's very tough.
And it's
I
straight
just don't
through.
think it's quite as tough as people think.
It's straight through from Texas on.
I'm looking at last
Like
year and I'm
Missouri
saying it's
got
not
really-
as tough.
Not tough game, maybe
Maybe.
At Missouri.
at Missouri.
To end the season.
We'll
Missouri-
see how good Mississippi State actually
Yeah.
is.
Missouri's 25th.
We'll see how
I,
good Ole Miss actually is.
I think Kentucky and Mississippi State are like no-brainer.
And
conference
Kentucky,
games.
yeah, exactly.
I honestly think Missouri's. I don't think Missouri's very
Mississippi
good.
State had their foot on Texas.
They had a 17-point lead going into the fourth quarter. Lost
Yeah.
And they lost.
It's Texas.
in overtime.
I know, but
Come on.
they're capable. They're capable.
They're
They have
capable.
Jeff
Yes,
Lebby.
they're
I don't-
capable, but
Jeff
they're
Lebby
not that
knows
good.
the OU defense.
I'm thinking back to the Big 12 days where there were a lot of capable game teams. We would find ourselves going into overtime against Iowa State or TCU, and they weren't that good a team. It can happen, but it shouldn't happen. They're not that good. Now, it's tough when you're running through a whole bunch of pretty goods. Even that's a very tough schedule. Wear and tear, everything can happen. Absolutely. But I'm gonna say
I mean, Mississippi
we're
State could go 4-8 and still be a good team.
if you ask me to say what is where am I taking action on a team total, 10-2 would be my team total. 10 wins. 10 is a push, 9 is a loss, 11's a win. So, not the traditional half game. I'm not going to go off. I'm not going to say a 10.5. I do 10, and I
We're
take
10
action
or,
at
if
10.
we're 10 or 2 and better,
We're in the playoff.
well, we have a national championship in Kentucky football team.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I think we do.
We were 10-2 last year
I
and
think we
didn't
do.
have a national championship because of
So-
the football team because our offense sucks.
So the teams that I look at, like, I don't think Michigan's as good as people are saying. I think it's stupid
I'm not worried.
that I'm not worried about Michigan, that we're an underdog.
Famous last words.
I think that Georgia is tough, but Georgia's tough because just that they're talented, they're not exceptional.
I don't think they're exceptional. It's just Georgia, and
It's just Georgia. It's tough, and it's at
Kirby's
Georgia.
good at what he does.
Kirby's great at what he does.
I mean,
Absolutely.
he's a top 4 coach in college football.
Texas, on the other hand,
That's always 50-50.
exactly. It's always 50-50, and people aren't
we're freaking
adjusting for that. And the
We
fact
are
that,
We're
due.
due.
we're
freaking
definitely
due.
do. And
Stark has had the biggest breaks ever.
he's had the break.
to
Arch isn't
to
that
boast,
good.
to boast about
So
the
much-
record
yeah.
against us
Yeah.
last for it.
Yeah. I imagine what's funny is if you go back historically, when we were playing them and they had weird stuff happen, we just couldn't get it done. And we should have that. The 90s was that case. The times in the 2000s
For Case
where
Mc-
they're not
Case
that
McCoy
good.
comes in.
Yeah, Case McCoy. I mean,
Uh,
that goof ass,
swoops.
Yeah, swoops.
Swoops beats us. I mean,
just a joke. So I think Texas
Baker lost his first OU Texas
is
game.
good, but it's like a perennial Texas team where they are not as good as the logo they think they support.
yeah, I don't think Texas is.
I'm more optimistic again for Texas this year because I think comparing our matchup against Michigan, they have a way harder matchup against OSU. And if they I know we have the bye weeks in between, but if they get beat up during that game, it would help us a lot.
Oh yeah, that could help for sure.
Yeah,
That's
but
a very
what
tough
week are they
matchup.
playing them? Same week with
Two.
Michigan.
Yes. Yeah. We both
Yeah.
have the hard game bye week.
No,
we
we
have-
played
don't we?
Georgia by week.
We played
Texas.
Georgia by week Texas.
Yes.
They play,
We have Michigan and Georgia for
but they
Oh, yeah.
we have something harder.
They've got Ohio State. I don't know who they played the week before,
Oh, look.
or they have a bye week same week we do. But
Is-
we've
is
got
I think it's
Kentucky.
we've got Georgia week 4
They have
bye week.
tennis. Oh, they have
Week 4. The 4th game.
Texas schedule.
Tennessee.
University of Texas.
They're at
Tennessee.
Tennessee, then bye week.
Yep,
That's a
That's
tough.
not easy.
that's
Yeah,
a tough
yeah.
game.
It's not as tough as our Georgia road game.
No.
But it's still tough.
Yeah,
What's our third
And
game?
hopefully Heupel hates Texas still.
yeah,
That's what I
New Mexico State or something.
yeah.
New Mexico. Yeah. Because they have UT. Yeah, the Texas
Yeah, no, we have
Yeah.
nobody.
I was thinking
tough
there
game,
wasn't a gap.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Tough game.
Bye week.
Bye week.
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah, I got my time in. So
And that is rough.
yeah.
But if we can get through that and it fares well, like if we're looking up and so Texas is the 4th game,
Fifth.
5th game.
And they're going to the horseshoe, right?
Yeah, because we have two.
No, they were at
Rub
the
done.
shoe last year. They're at home.
Yeah, it's a home game.
Okay.
We have
That's not-
Here we have UTEP, Michigan.
Okay.
Who we have?
That's not-
Here we have UTEP, Michigan, New Mexico,
Yep.
Georgia.
Georgia,
Bye.
bye week, Texas. If we look up and we're 5-0 after the Texas game,
Oh, then I'm
We're
saying we're
5-0
national.
after
If we're 5-0, I'm saying we're national championship contenders. We should be ranked.
We're number one. We'll be number
Yeah,
one.
we shouldn't be going 10-2 at that point.
yeah. So that'll revive it. Even if it's a narrow, close, boy, you should have lost, but you still lost from
The minute you win at
Victory from
Georgia, you're
Jaws
the
of
one
War.
team in the country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you beat Michigan and then
Yeah.
you beat Georgia, then 10-2.
I don't know if you overcome Ohio
to beat
State.
it.
I don't know who they
Nobody will have
play.
your resume.
But I don't think we leap Ohio
I
State.
mean, no, Ohio State wins against
because
Texas.
they beat Texas.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see how good Arch is this
They
year.
have no
because
one.
we all
mean,
thought Arch sucked because of his high
no
school
one.
days. He sucked when he first started.
It's his fourth year in college.
Last year, he looked pretty good.
Isn't that crazy? It's his fourth year.
Most of the season, he looked pretty good last year.
Pretty
He
good.
made some throws
pretty
against us that I was impressed with.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gambled in a way that didn't pay off on trying to make. Yeah, we made Arch win.
Now
He
they
won
did
the
lose
game.
offensive lineman already for the
Yeah.
season.
They're left.
Or no,
well,
they-
no, they're left.
That's a bone
Yeah.
bruise.
Well, they got a center back, didn't they, from the fifth year?
They did get it. They got two players, two line,
Two?
50-year ago.
But that's a big loss. That's tough.
I don't think
Yeah.
he's out for the season.
I just don't think Arch is that good. I think he's good. I just don't think he's that good.
I don't think he's Heisman contender, but I think he's the next tier.
Do you think
What
Mateer's
do
a
you think?
Heisman contender?
No,
Is he the next year?
probably.
I agree with that.
I'd put him in like the 10 range, 10 to 15.
I mean,
I put Arch in probably like the 7 to 10 range.
I think Arch is one of those players that if he's comfortable and he's got some run game and the defense is playing well, he can kill you.
he's Landry Jones.
He can kill you. But
He's Landry Jones. He can kill you. He's talented, but he's not going to go. He's not.
He's not
Baker.
going to superstar yet.
He's not going to superstar here. He's got a ceiling.
He's Landry Jones, but can run.
yeah.
Yeah. I just mean the overall package, what he delivers.
He hasn't taken over a game and been like, oh,
No.
without Arch
Yeah.
Manning, Texas doesn't win.
He did the second half against Mississippi State, or the fourth quarter, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a tough environment.
Okay.
Those cowbells.
They did. He had a really bad half against A&M too, and they came back to win it. But
Yeah.
to me, also, that's a lot of A&M just pissing down their leg and just not finishing the game.
Did they beat Bama at home, or did they end up losing that game? Was that last year?
They didn't play last year.
No,
years
it was with Saban.
It was Saban.
Yeah. They
Did Bama come back and win that?
no, they didn't. They beat Bama. That was like,
That was like 22-19 or
That was
something, wasn't it?
yeah. So that would have been 2 years ago. That was the
like
rematch
24
from.
season.
Did they win in Tuscaloosa and then they lost at home?
I can't remember.
Why are we asking?
At 2023 at Bryant Denny, Texas won by
Yeah,
10.
and then they lost at home. And there's all that
Like a
weird
field goal
stuff
or
that
something.
that interception in the end zone that that he was getting tackled. There was a kind of controversial call.
So 22 Bama won, 20-19, 23 Texas won.
Yeah, that's how I remember it.
So they both lost out.
Gotcha.
I don't know. We'll see. It's exciting. There's a lot in front of us. It's going to be a fun season, I think.
Yeah.
So next week we'll be back. We're going to make the full predictions, the playoff, team over-unders, who's going to be the Final Four, who's going to win the national title, who's going to win the SEC.
Well, one thing, I
mhm.
want to hear your thoughts because
Okay.
you mentioned earlier. Art Briles says he was ready to take a 6-year contract after the 2014 season for Baylor to take over the Texas job. You had mentioned that would have been a bad thing.
That would have been
For
very
us.
bad for Oklahoma.
I agree. Because at that time,
Unless,
That's when they hired Charlie Strong or something.
yeah,
at
Yeah,
that time,
that'd been
Briles could absolutely coach.
he owned the game.
Yeah.
He was a total innovator. Now, had the controversy followed him, and he was a one and done, even no matter what his record, because of all the controversy,
No,
then
they
that
don't
would
care
have
in
been
Texas.
good. It's probably true, but that would have been really good because then, even though he has a great season,
They'd have been
they're in
scrambling.
turmoil. They're
Yeah.
scrambling. Their name, their image is besmirched. But no,
But I don't know how Texas.
Oh,
I don't know how Texas could have fired him with cause for something that happened to Baylor. So they'd have
Oh,
to
probably a
they'd had
character
to eat that
clause.
giant contract.
yeah,
And do you
probably a
think
character
Texas
flaw.
would have adopted his full offensive system?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And he would have owned the Texas recruiting,
Yeah.
and all the Texas high school guys were running his system or getting there. Oh, that would have been so bad.
Yeah. That would
They might have rolled off 2 titles. I mean, as good as he was at Baylor, and that's Baylor. Ooh, I'm very glad that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That would
I
have been
agree.
that would have been ugly. Double ugly, man. You talk about a bad character and a bad place to have him. But it didn't happen. That revisionist history is not going to
The
be.
reasoning was weird. He was like, "Yeah, if we'd have won that bowl game,
Yeah,
Might have
they
been
lost
at
like the
Texas,
Fiesta
but
Bowl.
we lost this one."
And he felt like he needed to go back to Baylor.
Take this Texas job.
That sounds like
what are you doing?
That sounds like BS. That sounds like something else was going on there. I don't know. Sounds like maybe he doesn't want to admit that he knew there
Everything was coming.
bad stuff
Yeah.
coming, and
Maybe.
yeah, and he thought he had a better chance at Baylor of
Survive,
weathering it and
of
survive than go
private
to
institutions,
Texas. Yeah, I don't know. But we didn't have to face that tragedy. All right, well, we'll be back next week. We're going to talk about all these predictions. We're going to be diving into it, and then next week after that, it's game week, baby. It's on. We better be ready for it. 16 days? 16 days. All right. Until then, Boomer.
Sooner.